Hey, hello everyone. This is really my first time trying YouTube for live streaming. So it's about the same as Facebook, but I really need to get used to everything. So, anyways, lots going on today. I got prints that just now finished, so I have to start the new round of printing, and I have been thinking of several ideas on some props. One of them is something kind of Star Wars related. So I don't want to spill the beans on that just yet. But I'm going to be designing something later today about it. So it's been on my mind, and I've been watching Clone Wars season 7 recently on the Disney Plus app, and I heard about season 7 a while ago, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I was thinking I'll just wait for Clone season 7 to go on DVD, and I'll see about getting that. But so yesterday I was looking for something to watch at night, and came across season 7, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty impressive for the final season. I think the final what was it, final 4 episodes where they build up to match with the movies was pretty good. And I don't know how long it's been up there, but if you haven't seen it, I do suggest to watch it. If you've seen Clone Wars, uh, it's well, I haven't seen Clone Wars in a while, so I'm going to go back and watch from season 1 all over again. I am looking for more display ideas, prop ideas. So I don't want to copy Star Wars, obviously, but they do have some nice ideas on displays and things like that. So I'm going to be taking a close eye to those things as well. And there's a few other things that I saw on season 7 that makes me kind of think, and kind of reminds me of the times where I was doing a lot of computer renders. And back in those days, I used to do stuff like um, like hover vehicles, cityscapes, things that had a very futuristic feel to it. And of course, there's scenes in season 7 that you know do well. Everything has a futuristic look to it in Star Wars, but there were some things specific that stood out that I liked, and it has me thinking on some vehicle designs that I've done in the past, but I shelved and I put it aside. So I'm going to be taking some of those things up again, and see how I can put it so they're um, modern, I guess you could say, modernized. Because there's a lot of things that occur with with the 3D printing. The more you do, the more you learn. And there's a few things where stuff that I've done in the past, when I go back and I improve the designs, they print better, they print faster, and they print cleaner and stronger. And the thing is that they also use less material. So the more older designs that I go back and I improve, the better they get. So Clone Wars season 7 has me thinking of some vehicles like that, hover bikes, speeders, things like that. And there's some other items I was doing also. Some things I can't really talk about at the moment. They are really secret projects going on. But I was writing up a document um, last night expressing some of these ideas, and I got to a section that I'm writing concerning dio stories or photo novels, as some people like to call them. And I was just coming up with ideas on how to use one type of figure line with ideas on stories to integrate them with other figure lines. And there are some things on there that I do want to discuss more. And but what I'm curious about is how is everyone integrating the different figure lines that are out there right now? It's easy to integrate G.I. Joe, for example, with the Marauder Task Force figures. Very easy to do. It's probably a little bit more challenging to integrate Joy Toy figures with G.I. Joe or Marauder's Task Force, only because of the styling on some of the figures. But in terms of a story, it's not difficult to integrate those. But how do you integrate the cowboy line from Dime Novel Legends or Chicken Fried Toys? I know some people like to use the cowboys as civilians, and they work that very well. They look like civilians. Just remove the cowboy hat, and everything works well. Uh, Getting thirsty. Let's see. And let's see. So, anyways, I just got a message on some stuff, and momentarily distracted. But I have to start some more prints. Got to do a post office run tomorrow as well. So, but yeah, so how do you integrate something like the cowboy figure line into your into a diorama scene? Like for example, if you're doing a dio story, I'm very curious to see. Uh, but there's other figures also, the acid rain ones, post-apocalyptic setting. Um, that's very interesting. It's got a lot of potential ideas of stories there. But I'm also curious about the boss fight figures, especially the fantasy ones. The Greek Spartan ones are uh, a little bit on the fantasy side with the gorgons and those kinds of figures. But I'm kind of wondering also about the fantasy lines from the other waves. Got another little message. You gotta take a quick look. Let's see. So, yeah. So anyway, let me go ahead and start some more prints here. I just muted my Alexa, and gotta get my knife out. So so anyway, lots of things going on at Die Warriors. I took a look at the pictures that people have been posting recently, and they're very impressive photos out there. And I really need to up my game when it comes to that. Starting this print here. Computer, turn on Mini Select 6.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Turn on this. I need to. Okay. Setting temperature, speed. Okay. Gotta take this one off. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to use up a roll of filament, so I'm printing a lot of small pieces on this printer down here. Same one I was talking about yesterday in yesterday's stream. It's a little liner piece that fits into the hatch. So, well, I'm not going to step it in. But. So I got to print several of those before the filament runs out. Then I got to change it to a similar color. Let's see, what else? So things are pretty much the same as how it was on yesterday's stream. The types of things I'm printing are still along the same lines. They're mostly the pivot table, chairs, and a few other items that support that. So it's the same routine. So, anyways, I was saying something about the integrating the toy lines out there. I'm curious about that. Mostly with me, when I try to integrate, haven't really done too much on some Dio stories. I do have a Dio story planned. It's been in my mind for a number of years. I did a storyboard outline for each scene, and years ago I started to do a diorama for it. But then I got involved with 3D printing, and that changed direction there. So now I'm getting back into the desire to do my own Dio story. And there's a few other things that have cropped up, but so my original storyboard idea for my Dio story has changed, and so I was thinking of integrating the VSS from Victor Garcia, the Venomous Sea Serpent, and integrate my VSS that I have here into the story. So I had ideas of doing some interior walls with styrofoam, things like that in the past. So now I have to change those ideas to integrate the VSS instead. And so that changes items in the story later on. Then there's been several Kickstarters. The Cowboy line, for example. There's also Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and I like those figures also. And I'm just trying to think, how can I integrate those? And I'm thinking more along the fantasy line. So all of these ideas are shooting back and forth, and so I was writing up some possible story scenarios, and one of them that I thought was interesting was like, what do y'all think about a storyline where the uh, the Earth, I suppose, it could be a different planet. Let's say the Earth. I'm still kind of working it out. The Earth is devastated by some sort of war or natural phenomenon, and so you have ruins of cities and things. Some of those cities, there's still working things in there. There's still power for some. So I guess it has to be a bit in the future. So independent power sources, things like that. So the city could have hidden labs, hidden items with technology. Hmm. I'm going to go ahead and stop the link for now. Stop the stream, and I'll probably redo it. Too many things going on. All right. Well, thanks.